the new funding is a great new start.
A boost for child protection services in Anoka County, how new funding from the state will help keep kids safe. Plus, a new Miss Coon Rapids is crowned will introduce you to the winner of this year's pageant. But first,
we're just making some positive upgrades for our visitors.
more changes to a popular recreation area in Coon Rapids. That tops CTN News is Friday, September 25th, 2015. Thanks for joining us. The Anoka County Parks and Recreation Department has started 2 new improvement projects at the Coon Rapids Dam.
The work follows on the heels of a major rehab project involving the dam itself. This time, the Visitor Center, which is about 40 years old, is getting some amenities upgraded, and the boat launch is also getting a makeover. CTN Steve Antis has more.
A few trees and other vegetation are being removed as part of the reconstruction of the parking lot and boat launch roadway.
Everything is currently on track.
Jeff Perry with Anoka County Parks pointed to the spot where a new pull-off area will be built to inspect boats for aquatic invasive species.
And we'll have disposal bins for those invasive species, as well as some interpretive signage to walk people through if they're not familiar with how to properly inspect their watercraft.
2 stormwater drainage basins will be added between the parking lot and the boat launch area.
It's going to capture the runoff more effectively than it currently is, treat that runoff before eventually it infiltrates and/or flows into the Mississippi River.
The county will reclaim and repave the entrance road and parking lot to the boat launch facility. A small section of the regional trail that cuts through the area will also get rebuilt. Parks officials would like people who enter the Coon Rapids Dam Regional Park by way of the trail system to follow the detour signs posted in order to avoid the construction mess at the boat launch site. I expect that work to wrap up by November 1st. Anoka County Parks got a grant from the Metropolitan Council for the work. It includes some renovations to the Visitor Center. The restrooms will be brought up to ADA accessibility standards.
We're putting in new fixtures, new countertops, new sinks, upgrading the light systems to energy efficient lights.
And although the Visitor Center will be closed till December, visitors who need a rest stop have options. Steve Antis, CTN News.
Despite the closure of the boat launch in Coon Rapids, there are other options to launch boats in the recreational pool. There are public access landings available in Anoka and Champlin. The Three Rivers Park District will celebrate the completion of the Coon Rapids Dam Rehabilitation Project next month. A party of sorts will take place Saturday, October 3rd from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the Brooklyn Park side of the river. The event, which is free, includes treats, a climbing wall, fishing programs, live animals, and a behind-the-scenes tour of the dam.
A Coon Rapids man who died while trying to save his nephew is being honored for his bravery. 21-year-old Tu Fu Vang is one of 22 people being awarded with a Carnegie Medal for Heroism. Vang died back in May of 2014 in the St. Croix River in Taylor's Falls. He and another man jumped into the river to save Vang's 11-year-old nephew, who slipped on a rock and fell in. The boy and the other man made it safely to shore, but Vang did not. The Carnegie Medal is given to individuals in the U.S. and Canada who risk their lives to an extraordinary degree, saving or attempting to save the lives of others.
A local state senator who already announced he's not seeking re-election next year plans to resign his seat next month. In an interview with the Pioneer Press this week, Republican Senator Brandon Peterson said since his announcement not to run again this summer, he's, quote, felt and experienced some stagnation, both personally and professionally. He will leave the legislature at the end of October, which will trigger a special election. Peterson was the only Republican to support same-sex marriage in Minnesota. This week, the Anoka County Board of Commissioners set the preliminary property tax levy for 2016 at $122.3 million. That's a nearly 2.5% increase from this year's tax levy. However, last year the levy increased less than 1%, and the previous 3 years the levy was actually reduced, saving Anoka County taxpayers more than $37 million. New state legislation is providing $26 million to counties to add child protection workers.
Anoka County is getting $1.2 million to add 11 new full-time staff members. CTN's Joe Nelson joins us now with more. Joe?
Karen and Steve, Anoka County is in the process of hiring 9 new social workers, a case aid specialist, and a social service supervisor in what they're calling a much-needed move. A task force was put together to improve services for children in need of protection, and it recommended the new funding. Anoka County Children and Family Services Manager Suzanne Tuttle says with about 3,000 cases reported each year, the most common cases the county sees are various forms of neglect. She says the additional staff will help lighten case loads, allowing its 46 workers to spend more time on each case.
We haven't had new workers for quite some time, and we want to do, good work with families, and you do the best work by having time to spend with the families. And we also have federal mandates that we have to meet. So it's been tough. It's been tough to do the quality work that we want to do. So with these 11 new positions, we're really excited.
Tuttle says the new legislation also has new requirements that will increase workloads for child protection workers, meaning the new funding still might not be enough staff to reach their goals. Stephen Carey?
Well, it's a good start.
Yep, we'll see what happens.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks.
A room inside the Riverwind Community Center is coming to life thanks to a project involving a local Girl Scout troop. Members of Troop 14544 have been working in recent weeks to paint a mural on a wall in one of the meeting rooms at Riverview. It's part of their Bronze Award project. The Girl Scouts have been receiving assistance from community artist Elizabeth Weimer.
Then all of a sudden she said, well, what if we divided the wall into 3 segments? And the girls are like, yeah, like a past, a present, and a future. And when that, all of a sudden they're like, yeah, that's what we're going to do, because Riverwind's future is undetermined, but we wanted to say, we're going to be here and we're going to fight for it. But yet, what are we using it for now? And then an homage to what the past has been here at Riverwind.
The girls have put more than 20 hours of preparation work into the project since the beginning of the year. You can check out the completed mural in person this coming Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Riverwind Community Center. In addition to refreshments, you can meet the girls and the artist who helped make the project a reality.
There's a new Miss Coon Rapids reigning over the city following the annual pageant at Coon Rapids High School last weekend.
Our new Miss Coon Rapids 2016 contestant number 8, Alexis Houle.
That's right, Alexis Houle took home the crown last Saturday night. She's one of 11 young ladies competing for the title of Miss Coon Rapids. Houle is from Duluth, also received the Community Service Award as well as the top score in talent and interview.
Yes, all those girls are beautiful, and all of them could have done something completely unique and amazing with the title, and they chose me, and I'm honored, and I'm going to do the absolute best I can.
Houle's platform is Dare to Dream, which unites 5th through 10th graders going through similar problems and helps each other solve them. She now goes on to represent Coon Rapids in the Miss Minnesota pageant next summer.
City leaders from around the North Metro gathered in Coon Rapids this week, and beer was a main item on the agenda. Members of the North Metro Mayors Association met Wednesday night at Bunker Hills to strengthen relationships between 15 cities in the area. This year's event featured local craft beer tasting, appetizers, and a round of golf. New Hope Mayor Kathy Hemke says these meetings offer a unique chance for city leaders to form partnerships face-to-face when important business is off the table.
And the whole idea is that the groups get together. It's really nice when we can all collaborate with each other, and how we do that is by forming relationships, and how we do that is by having gatherings like this where we can just talk and be in the same place at the same time. We're not necessarily talking business tonight, we're just forming relationships.
The North Metro Mayors Association holds meetings once a month to discuss issues facing each city.
A new hockey season is once again upon us, and that has the National Sports Center gearing up for some busy months ahead. On Wednesday, the Schwann Super Rink began hosting one of its largest tournaments of the season. Close to 10,000 people are expected to turn out for the 5-day North American Hockey League Showcase Tournament. Dozens of teams are taking part. Also, more than 300 junior NCAA and professional scouts are getting a look at some of the best and brightest hockey talent in North America. The action continues through Sunday.
The Coon Rapids Arts Commission has announced the winners of this year's photography contest. The first place award in the adult category goes to Walt Huss for this photo of a green heron catching lunch at the Bunker Hills Golf Club. Coming in second place in the adult category, this photo taken by Joe Stifter featuring a sunset at Seneco Lake. In the youth division, the first place award goes to Maddie Gast. Her photo is called Reflections and features trees and clouds reflecting on water. And in second place in the youth category, this photo of a duck swimming along the Mississippi River taken by Priscilla Rogers. The first place winners receive a $100 cash prize each, and the second place winners each receive $50. So pretty good. Lots of great submissions. So
yeah, lots.
Thanks to everyone out there for putting those in.
Lots of fun. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again next week.